let's talk about our top 5 plays of the season. We're going to alternate back and forth. I'm going to let Rustin go first, and then I'll give we'll go back and forth, 5, 5, 4, 4, that kind of way. So you go ahead, Rustin. What's your number 5 play of the 2022 season?
Well, I need to start my top 5 with a disclaimer. A lot of people know this, but a lot don't. Nick Saban coaches the defensive backs at Alabama. He's not a head coach who helps out with that position. He is the defensive backs position coach. He coaches them every day. He runs all the drills. Nick Saban's considered one of the greatest DB coaches of all time. So he has the thought process of, I can't hire anybody who can do it better than me, so I'm going to do it myself. So I just say that in advance of my top 5. So number 5 for me was Jalin Hyatt's first touchdown against Alabama. Felt like it set the tone for the night. I felt like it was a huge play in kind of the momentum. There was so much energy coming into that game, and then for him to score on a big play right off the bat early in the game, I felt like it set the tone for the noise and the volume that were in that stadium all night.
So my top 5, this was difficult because how do you do? There's so many different ways you could do this. You could do like most iconic plays. You could do most important plays, most physically impressive plays. I mean, like there's so many different ways. So I kind of did a combination of all of them. And so my number 5 was Trayvon Flowers' interception against Pitt in the first half in the back of the end zone. That was a huge play. I mean, honestly, you could look maybe back at that single play, and the course of Tennessee's season went and turned in that one play, because if they score there, who knows if Tennessee's able to come back and catch them. That was a huge, tremendous game-changing play. So that was my number 5. What's your number 4?
Number 4 is Jalin Hyatt's second touchdown against Alabama. Again, it was a momentum play. It was 14-7. All of a sudden he scores at the end of the first quarter. First quarter ends, it's 21-7. The Bama sideline's going nuts. Nick Saban's over there screaming at anybody remotely close to him. And
the meme from this season of Saban going crazy was shortly thereafter.
And Neyland is exploding. It was a huge moment.
Yep. Yeah, after that botched punt, that was when the punt return, that was when we had the classic Saban meme on the sideline. My number 4 was Ramel Keaton's diving catch against Florida. Listen, that game was circled on everybody's map, man. It was on everybody's calendar. You got to beat Florida. You got to beat Florida this year. And that catch, oh my goodness, that showed the level of effort Tennessee was going to put in to beat Florida this year. That catch was actually featured on College Game Day this morning as one of the plays of the year. They had a whole string of just all these awesome catches throughout the year, and that was one of them. It was beautiful, thing of beauty, just a thing of beauty. What's your number 3?
So we've got momentum at the end of the first quarter. It's 21-7. Bama fights back, gets back in the game. We get in the third quarter. Bama has tied it up. And my number 3, Jalin Hyatt catches his third touchdown pass to get us the lead again and really take back momentum from Alabama in the third quarter.
Absolutely. My number 3 happened last night, and it was both of our plays of the game. The 4th down stop against Clemson. Oh, my goodness. I mean, total momentum changing play. I mean, Clemson had been just pounding the ball, bam, 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 right down our throats and then we stopped them on with their best running back trying to get that short yardage gain. We stopped them. That was awesome, man. What a game-changing play. That was my number 4. What was your my number 3 play of the season? What was your number 2 play of the season?
So we're in the third quarter again. Alabama has just regained the lead 35-34. And it's a slugfest. Both teams are going back and forth. And holy crap, Jalin Hyatt catches another one. Touchdown number 4, and we go back up 42-35.
Absolutely. Well, my number 2 also includes Jalin Hyatt. His first touchdown catch against LSU. The one that Chad Ochocinco tweeted about after it goes, who's number 11? That play, man, beautiful pass by Hendon Hooker. Hyatt just straight up burned the defensive back for LSU. Very reminiscent of when he burned Patrick Surtain Jr. as a freshman against Bama
Yeah.
with in Neyland Stadium. But that, man, beautiful ball by Hendon Hooker. Just dropped it right in there. Hyatt makes the catch, and that kind of, I mean, the first play of the whole season was a Jalin Hyatt touchdown play, the first offensive play. But that catch, man, that Cedric was not playing, and that was like, okay, it's the Jalin Hyatt show now, and that kind of set the tone, and that carried it all the way through the Bama game. Obviously, that put him on the map. It put him on Chad Ochocinco's radar too. So that was a huge play in the course of the season. That was my number 2. What's your top play of the 2022 season?
So I have an honorable mention. Honorable mention is Chase McGrath with hardly any time left on the clock. Field goal to win against Bama, 52-49. Changed
that's kind
the
of a big
complexion of all of Tennessee football history. But a lot of people don't remember. Chase McGrath doesn't get the opportunity to make that kick if Jalin Hyatt doesn't score touchdown number 5 with 3 minutes left in the game. With 3 minutes left in the game, Tennessee's down 49-42, and Jalin Hyatt scores his 5th touchdown of the night. And 30 years from now, every person who is a Tennessee fan will be saying, I can tell you exactly where I was when Jalin Hyatt scored 5 touchdowns against a Nick Saban coach defensive secondary against Alabama in Neyland under the lights with Checker Neyland, with the light show, with everything else. People don't understand. Scoring 5 touchdowns in any Power 5 game is just an unbelievable feat. To do it in that game and to change the complexion of all of Tennessee football history,
against
that
team.
is an iconic night.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. I almost had as my number 1 the Jalin Hyatt touchdown. That's will be forever remembered as the Alabama player on his hands and knees after they the 2 Bama DBs collided, and Hyatt splits them and takes it to the house. And the iconic photo of Jalin Hyatt just running away, looking back over his shoulder at the DB that's on the ground. I almost had that one as my number 1. But my number 1 play was Chase McGrath's winning field goal against Alabama. I mean, that was just, that will, like you said, that's going to go down as, we'll see that in replays for years and years and years, just like the field goal against Florida in 2004. I mean, we're going to see this for years and years and years and years.